Lost Ones by Lauren Hill, one of the few women that were included in the anthology. And of course, this is from Lauren's freshman album, and hopefully she's supposed to release finally a second, if not third album, if you count the acoustical album that she did. But this is Lost Ones, and I think it's one of the best raps from that album. It's funny how money changes situations. This communication led to complication. My emancipation don't fit your equation. I was on the humble, you on every station. Some want to play young Lauren like she dumb, but remember not a game new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. I know all the tricks from bricks to Kingston. My kingdom made your kingdom one run. Now I understand, El Boogie, non-violent. But if a thing tests me, run for my gun. Can't take a threat to my newborn son. El been this way since creation. A group call you all fall from temptation. A group call you all from temptation. Now you want to ball over separation. Tarnish my image in your conversation. Who you going to scrimmage like you the champion? You might win some, but you just lost one. Now, how come your talk turned cold? Gained the whole world for the price of your soul. Trying to grab hold of what you can't control, now you all floss, but what a sight to behold. Wisdom is better than silver and gold. I was helpless, now I'm on Hope Road. Every man want to act like he's exempt, need to get down on his knees and repent. Can't slick talk on the day of judgment, your movement similar to a serpent. Tired, tried to play straight, how your whole style bent. Consequence is no coincidence. Hypocrites always want to play innocent, always want to take it to the full out extent, always want to make it seem like good intent. Never want to face it when it's time for punishment. I know that you don't want to hear my opinion, but there come many paths and you just choose one. And if you don't change, then the rain soon come. See, you might win some, but you just lost one. Now, don't you understand, man, universal law? What you throw out comes back to you star. Never underestimate those who you scar, because karma, comes back to you hard. You can't hold God's people back that long. The chain of Satan wasn't made that strong. Trying to pretend like your word is your bond, but until you do right, all you do will go wrong. Now, some might mistake this for a simple song, and some don't know what they have till it's gone. Now, even when you're gone, you can still be reborn, and from the night can arrive the sweet dawn. Now, some might listen, and some might shun, and some may think that they've reached perfection. If you look closely, you'll see what you've done become, because you might win some, but you just lost one. Next, Lauren. And the next one is by Common. It's called A Song for Asada. And now we're moving into this century. There were lights and sirens, gunshots firing. Cover your eyes as I describe a scene so violent. Seemed like a bad dream. She laid in a blood puddle. Blood bubbled in her chest. Cold air brushed against open flesh. No room to rest. Pain consumed each breath. Shot twice with her hands up. One panther lost his life. The other ran for his. Scandalous, the police were as they kicked and beat her. Comprehension she was beyond, trying to hold on. To life she thought she lived with no arm. That's what it felt like. Go to the hospital, eyes held tight. They moved her room to room. She could tell by the light. Handcuffed tight to the bed, though her skin they bit. Put guns to her head, every word she got hit. Who shot the trooper, they asked her. Put mace in her eyes. Threatened to blast her. Her mind raced till things got still. Opened her eyes, realized that she was next to her best friend who got killed. She got chills They told her that's where she would be next. Hurt mixed with anger, survival was a reflex. They lied and denied visits from her lawyer, but she was building as they tried to destroy her. If it wasn't for this German nurse, they would have served her worse. I read this sister's story, knew that it deserves a verse. I wonder what would have happened if that would have been me. All this shit so we could be free. I'm thinking of Asada, yes. Listen to my love, Asada, yes. Your power and pride is beautiful. May God bless your soul. It seemed like the middle of the night when the law awakened her. Walkie-talkies crackling, not saying where they're taking her. Though she kind of knew what made the right peaceful was the trees and the sky was blue. Arrived to Middlesex Prison about 6 in the morning, uneasy as they pushed her to the second floor. In a cell, one cot, no window facing hell, but in the basement of a prison with all males, and the smell of misery, seatless toilets, and centipedes. She exercised, paint, and began to read. 2 years in a hole, her soul grew weak. Away from people so long, she forgot how to speak. She discovered freedom is an unspoken sound, and a wall is a wall and can be broken down. Found peace in the Panthers she went on trial with. One of the brothers she had a child with. The foulness they wouldn't feed her, hoping she'd lose her seed, held tight knowing the fight would live through this seed. In need of a doctor, from her stomach she'd bleed. Out of the situation, a girl was conceived. Separated from her, left to the mother, the revolution, and lactate to attack hate, cause federal and state was billed for a black fate. Her emptiness was filled with beatings and court dates. They fabricated cases hoping one would stick, and said she robbed places that didn't exist. In the midst of threats on her life and being caged with Aryan whites, through the dark halls of hate, she carried the light. I wonder what would have happened if that would have been me. All this shit so we could be free. Yeah, I often wonder what would have happened if that would have been me. All this shit so we can be free. From North Carolina, her grandmother would bring news that she had a dream. Her dreams usually meant that they needed them to mean. What made them real was the action in between. She dreamt that Asada was free in their old house in Queens, and the fact that they always came true was the thing. Asada had been convicted of murder she couldn't have done. Medical evidence shown she couldn't have shot the gun. It's time for her to see the sun from the other side. Time for her daughter to be by her mother's side. Time for this beautiful woman to become soft again. Time for her to breathe and not be told how or when. She untangled the chains and escaped the pain. How she broke out of prison, I could never explain. And even to this day, they try to get to her. But she's free with political asylum in Cuba. And our last lyric is my favorite, and I know a lot of other favorites too. I guess they're all my favorites. But Jesus Walks by Kanye West, a good Chicago, Illinois person. And so here we go. Yo, we at war. We at war with terrorism, racism, and most of all, we at war with ourselves. Jesus walks. God showed me the way because the devil trying to break me down. Jesus walks with me. You know what the Midwest is? Young and restless, where the restless niggas might snatch your necklace. And the next, these niggers might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these niggers who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shy where death is. I top floor, the view alone, leave you breathless. Try to catch it. It's kind of hard, getting choked by the detectives. Yeah, now check that method. They be asking us questions, harass and arrest us, saying we eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. Huh? You eat pieces of shit? What's the basis? We ain't going nowhere, but got suits and cases. A truck full of coke, rental car from Avis, My mama used to say, only Jesus can save us. Well, Mama, I know I act a fool, but I'll be gone till November. I got packs to move. I hope Jesus walks. God show me the way because the devil trying to break me down. Jesus walks with me. The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. Jesus walks. And I don't think there is nothing I can do now to right my wrongs. Jesus walks with me. I want to talk to God, but I'm afraid because we haven't spoken in so long. To the hustlers, killers, murderers, drug dealers, and even the strippers, Jesus walks with them. To the victims of welfare for living in hell here, hell yeah, Jesus walks with them. Now hear ye, hear ye. Walk to see thee more clearly. I know he hear me when my feet get weary. Because we're the almost nearly extinct. We rappers are role models. We rap, we don't think. I ain't here to argue about his facial features or here to convert atheists into believers. I'm just trying to say the way school needs teachers, the way Kathleen Lee needed reaches, that's the way I need Jesus. So here go my single dog. Radio need this. They say you can rap about anything except for Jesus. That means guns, sex, lies, videotape. But if I talk about God, my record won't get played. Well, if this take away from my spins, which will probably take away from my ends, then I hope it will take away from my sins and bring the day that I'm dreaming about. Next time in the club, everybody's screaming out, Jesus walks. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. Jesus walks. The only thing that I pray is that my feet don't fail me now. Thank you.